Hello to you all, Millie Lloyd, hope everyone is having a good day. It's Old School Gamer 1971 with my top 10 for Tough Roads to Platinums. If you would, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Spread the word, as it makes the channel grow and puts a big old smile on this old face. Post your list down below in the comments, I look forward to reading them. One of the reasons I like to get platinums is a show of respect for the game's developers. Yes, a lot of my reviews are positive, as I try to buy games that I know I will like. On the day someone else pays for my games, then the negativity can start. Then I will play everything. So my reviews will be staying the way that they are for the time being at least. So today's list is those games I've purchased knowing I will never likely get the platinum, and the 3 reasons why I probably won't ever get the platinum. I also buy games sometimes to back developers. See? Segues in a rudimentary type way. So my number 10, Red Dead Redemption 2. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2018 and was developed by Rockstar. So this is a game where you are a cowboy in the dying days of the Wild West, in this GTA on horseback. Sorry, I thought it was funny when I first read that. I feel that this is its own game in its own light. Let me start by saying I do love this game, and certainly look forward to at least giving it a bloody good go. So let's move on to that first reason, the Best in the West trophy. The 100% completion trophy. There are 2 trophies that Rockstar seem to put into every game. The 100% completion trophy and another one that is on this list. The trophy has certain things to do and certain things to collect. Now don't get me wrong, you don't quite have to collect everything. Nor do you have to do all of the randoms, but you do have to do so much on a map of this size. A lot of it you're not likely to stumble across it, so it's finding guides and videos. It is also a long list and would be quite an achievement even with a list. The next reason is Gold Rush trophy, the other Rockstar mainstay trophy. It's a gold medal in 70 missions. Check out those lists for what you must do to get those medals, and know that you have to do it in one playthrough of the mission. The first mission is to kill all the wolves without taking damage with at least 80% accuracy. That's the first mission, others are tougher. And finally, the Zoologist trophy. Study all 178 animals in the game. Now take a look at the map and know that some of the animals are rare occurrences with only one location on the whole map. Again, I will iterate, I do plan to attempt this one day, but with great sense of foreboding. Number 9, Grand Theft Auto 5, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2015 and was developed by Rockstar. Whilst the 5th in the numbered entries to Grand Theft Auto, with it being back in San Andreas, it seems like whenever we visit San Andreas, we seem to get something more about the game. So again, it's a Rockstar game. I do love me some Rockstar open worlds. Every day I pray to the gaming gods for Vice City 2. We have seen Liberty City and San Andreas in HD. Let's see Vice City. Having ploughed 40 hours plus into the PlayStation 3 version, I wanted to hit the ground running on the PlayStation 4 version. Here are the 3 reasons the game is not done. Career criminal. Remember that thing about 100% in Rockstar games? This is it, and it's down to the size of map again. Now don't get me wrong, I like a challenge, and it is all well and good to find out different stuff to do on the map. But some of this is a pain to do. Give us a checklist or something at least within the game. Outside looking in, it is rather daunting. For the second, we move on to a whole group of trophies in the game. The fact is, it's the single player part that I have the most fun in. I find the multiplayer part too frustrating. Why have the Platinum Trophy tied to both parts of the game? I see them as two different games. As well, it is having enough friends playing the game with you, having the same idea. Finally, solid gold, baby. Yes, it's the same as Red Dead Redemption 2, getting gold on those missions within certain parameters. This is a tough trophy. Now I get you could probably grind a lot of the golds by doing the missions over and over and over again, but I would have preferred something a little different. Doing 70 out of the 110 missions at gold standard, not impossible, but not a pushover, none neither. And yes, it is another one day games. I will get round to this, but I've got to psych myself up. Platinum Far Cry New Dawn. Oh, and finish up Far Cry 5 before I start to even think about New Dawn. And on to my number 8, XCOM 2. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2016 and was developed by Firaxis Games. This is an isometric, turn-based sci-fi adventure. In the future, the aliens have invaded and won, capturing one of our best and putting him into stasis. At the beginning, it is down to you to free him, and so we're off to the confessional. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. My child, what sin have you committed this time? Father, like any fear-loving gamer, I enjoy the game XCOM 2. My child, you are like any other gamer. It is okay to enjoy this game. I like the look in the gameplay. Again, my child, I do not see the sin in your actions, as long as it is not obsession. Father, I am crap at the game. You heat. Wait, you are crap at the game. This is not a sin. Sad, yes, but there is no sin here. Father, I should be punished until I am good. My child, practice, and I will see you again soon. Now please consider this during my reasons. Imperial Commander. Complete the game on Legendary difficulty. This is the hardest setting. I can't get close to completing this on the easiest setting, yet alone the hardest setting. I keep trying to get better to keep my squad alive, so not much hope of this trophy. How about the exquisite timing? Complete the game on commander setting or above, the second hardest at least, within the first 3 months of in-game time. Again, look at my confessional. There is nowhere in hell I am doing this. Worst bit is, I really do like these games, and one day I hope to get better at these games. Between now and then, I guess I'll just have to be bad at the game. And finally, the Untouchables. You have to beat the game on Commander Plus setting without losing a single soldier. I can lose soldiers on easy mode easily enough without even looking at Commander Plus mode. My number 7, Rainbow Moon. This is one of my favourite RPGs on PlayStation 4. This has the atmosphere of the old PlayStation 1 RPGs, Vandal Hearts and Final Fantasy Tactics, but with more RPG elements. With 6 characters, you pick them up along the way, and a whole world for you to explore. It's a game with a grind to end all grinds. This is my kind of game. But here is why the Platinum feels just out of reach. Level God. Reach level 500 with any of your characters. I can remember grinding a few levels before on the PlayStation 3. It is one I could enjoy, but how many hours? As I said before, I think all RPGs should have a grind, but, which brings us nicely on to the second reason. So they say around 100 hours to platinum, and I say poppycock, 100 hours with an in-depth guide maybe. I don't want the story ruining, so this will be a few more hours than 100 hours, maybe double that. This is on my to-do list, but with new games all the time, it's which to do first. I also have the sequel, Rainbow Skies. Lastly, half a millionaire. Save 500,000 gold. Save money. It's a slow process and hard to boot. To get your party's characteristics, skills, spells, armour and weapons, not forgetting the food and healing stuff, you need money and pearls, and it will take a good while to save the money. This is a game for traditional RPG fans. If you are one, check it out. My number 6, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2015 and was developed by CD Projekt Red. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is the fantasy RPG that I believe everyone should play. This was a huge step forward in fantasy RPGs. It shows what time and effort can do with a genre. Looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077, this is one of the few games that finds its way onto many of my lists because it deserves it. This is one that I need to do, as it is penciled in for next year. But let's talk about my reservations first. It's a fantasy RPG, so sign me up. Walk the Path. It's a trophy. Finish the game on deathmatch difficulty. Okay, this is big and a challenge before you add the difficulty to it. I will say I like a challenge, but this will be a tough one. Card collector, and pretty much every other bloody Gwent trophy. Simply, I am crap at Gwent. I like the general gist, and I always do crap. I will just have to persevere, get good. It will take a while, and finally, the 2 DLCs. They are insane, they are bigger than some games. Considering their size and content, it will be like completing 3 games. I do look forward to the game's challenge and hope that at some point next year I can post that full on review, which means I would have platinumed the game. So my number 5, Zombie Army Trilogy, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2015 and was developed by Rebellion. This is a great first person scare 'em up. The sound is straight out of a Carpenter movie. This is a shooter with zombies, not just zombies, but a zombie Hitler and a tough as hell learning curve. The game uses the Sniper Elite game engine. The zombies are tough as hell, except for those even tougher zombies. Skeletons you can kick the head off. So with all this fun and tomfoolery, what are the 3 reasons exactly? Please note this game has 4-player co-op. Volunteers anyone? This calls for divine intervention. It's a trophy, start to finish on elite difficulty. This is really tough, even on the easy mode. I get that you can change enemy count and toughness, but where would the fun be in that? To me, this game is a real challenge for anyone, including those who are supposedly experienced. Just in case we make it, collect every gold bar. It's hard enough getting through this damn game without having to hunt down collectibles. There are also bottles of blood to collect, so 2 trophies. Also, you have to finish the level after collecting the items. I like to play the game as it should be. I want to beat the game, but the sheer amounts of the horde, the third reason, wave after wave, batter you into submission. I would love to get the platinum, but the size of the horde means that it's a tough ask for anyone. My number 4, Bloodborne, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2015 and was developed by From Software. This is a Souls game in all but name, but I do like its art style, sort of Victorian cyberpunk. I would say that the combat is also fluid. This is for anyone who likes a challenge and feels that they are unbeatable, so just like a Souls game then. This to me was the first real must buy for the PlayStation 4. Then I tried it. This is such a tough game and feel that aggressive play is the only way to go. But I could say that it's just a Souls game. But let's talk about the 3 reasons. Hunter's Essence. Collect all 26 Hunter's weapons. This will take some doing. Don't get me wrong, I like a challenge. But frustration levels would be high, and knowing that I would need a guide, to me it takes the fun out of the game and breaks my concentration, so it's easier for me to die. The second reason. Bosses that you need to be level 70 to 100 plus. As advised pretty much for all the end of game bosses. This is going to be a tough grind. Time and patience. These games have a reputation, and this game lived up to it. And this was one of, and still is, the best games on PlayStation 4. Lastly, this game is tough as hell. For anyone who has this platinum, well done, as I see this almost as a pipe dream, but I might give it a go one day. And on to my number 3, Dark Souls Remastered, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2018 and was developed by From Software. This is a tough ask for seasoned gamers. It has real RPG attributes about it. The action is solid, and because everything is a threat, it is very atmospheric. And certainly worth a go at least once, if only to see how hard it really is. I do like this game so much, I can find the patience I require that I cannot find for other games. I want so bad to be so good at these games. No cop out here, only the reasons why. So we start off with, you have to go through this game 3 times. 3 times! Not only just that, but the game gets harder each time. You have to do this to get the platinum to pop. It's hard on the first time, so imagine the 3rd time through. It is so daunting to know this. The second thing is, I'm on the same bit after 2 hours. It is so tough. The more I put the character up, the tougher it seems to be. I'm still having fun nonetheless. The last thing is collectibles. In a game that takes multiple playthroughs, I love the challenge this holds, but I do not look forward to taking it on. My fantasy gaming wise is to own Demon's Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne platinums. Gonna happen? Yeah, right. And so my penultimate entry, The Evil Within, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014 and was developed by Tango Gameworks. Right, bit of history here. This was going to be a Resident Evil game until Capcom decided they didn't like it, it wasn't to be. So they took what they had made and made The Evil Within. This is a good game and certainly a platinum that I will be proud of. Another one of my favourites to play, it's One Tough Game. Directed by the man who created the original Resident Evil, Shinji Mikami. This is renowned as a tough play, and sure as hell gets the blood pumping as you are being chased. So let's start off with 2 run-throughs at least, and the second will be a nightmare. More on this later. But it's tough. This is exactly what survival horror needed, and for once it lives up to both words in the genre. Second reason, unstoppable arsenal. Basically get all the weapons in the game. This game is tough. The thought of collectibles, even if some of them do help you, or trying to read a guide, I find this a real pain, but I suppose I could just do an extra playthrough. But do I really want to add to the clock time? Yes I do. Finally, this deserves its own entry. So let's talk about the nightmare, shall we? Akuma mode. 1 hit kill on you anyway. You must also start from the get-go. It is tough. There are ways to get through this, but you need to know spawn points and strategies. I would love to get this platinum, but I have so much to play. It's my excuse and I'm sticking to it, damn you. And on to my number 1, Alien Isolation. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014 and was developed by Creative Assembly. This has been atop of a few of my lists, really because it is a game with one hell of an atmosphere. This is very authentic when compared to the movie. I love the old computer VDUs, you know, the green screen. Add to this an amazing story, it earns its way onto so many lists. This took me back to my childhood. The first time I played this game, I cannot think of a movie tie-in that shows this much authenticism. Probably my favourite survival horror game of this generation. The DLC is also so very amazing, running around the Nostromo. I wish all games could have DLC as good as this game. But anyway, the reasons. Let's start with voices. Collect 100 voice recordings. So that alien is unnerving, the androids do my head in. Then you want me to hunt down collectibles with a guide? I know I would lose concentration and then I would just die. Moving on to Mind Your Step. Navigate maintenance without dying. Do you people have any idea how hard this game is? Doing a whole section without dying? The minute you do, you've got to go back to the beginning of the section and start again. The fact this game has the most atmosphere ever. This to me is a tall ask, but the last one is an extension to this, the one shot trophy. Finish the whole game without dying. Think about that a minute. Now think how many different ways there are to die, including dying while saving your game. Now there is a strategy to this, and it's all about learning the map and the best routes. But the game makes me jump out of my skin many times over. So I would like the sequel for the PlayStation 5, or better still, PSVR 2. Well, that's about it for me today. If you like the list, there's plenty more content like this on my channel. Enjoy the rest of your day. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.